Well, you've purchased your very own RV Waste Tote Tank, so now what? Well, using these tote tanks may seem pretty cut and dry, but there are a few tips and tricks that you need to know to avoid having a very messy day. So let's get started. Just a few short months ago, this past winter, I purchased this Camco Rhino RV tote tank, and I had some issues with it when I first got it. I'll put a link to it up here somewhere for the review and modification video I did on this tank. I think you'll really enjoy that. Since purchasing and modifying this unit, it's been a really solid unit. I'm really happy with it. I never thought that owning one of these was all that important, but I gotta tell you, we don't miss packing up the RV, closing all the slides just to go a few yards or a short distance to the dump station to dump our tanks. Having this really saves a lot of time and trouble, and if used correctly, can be a very efficient way to haul your RV waste away to a dump station. So today I'm going to share with you my top 5 pro tips on successfully using one of these, and like I said before, avoiding having a very messy day. First of all, it should go without saying, you should wear some kind of rubber glove protection. This is wastewater, just as if you were going to the dump, so you want to make sure that your hands stay out of contact with it. Secondly, don't ever use your freshwater drinking hose to rinse or put water in these, because that's a perfect way to transfer bacteria to your family, and you never want to make your family sick or jeopardize their health, so just don't do it. Okay, so pro tip number 1, never fill this thing completely full. You're going to have some residual left in this hose after you drain, and if this is full, there's no place for that residual to go but on the ground, and you want to try to avoid that. So the beauty of having these clear connections is that you can kind of look inside and visually tell how full your tank is. I like to stick to about 3/4 full or so. That gives me some extra space to empty this hose and makes the thing a little bit lighter to move around. As you can see here, I've added what I call Catastrophic Valve to the end, or to where the hose connection is on my RV. Now, the reason I did this, if one of my tank valves inside the RV begin to leak, this will be the ultimate backstop, so it'll keep everything from coming out when you take the cap off. I'll put a link in the description below to this valve so you can add it to your RV. It's a really simple DIY project. But that brings me to pro tip number 2. If you are dumping both your black and your gray tank, you're going to want to dump your black tank first. And again, you're only going to want to go about halfway or so on this tank, and you're going to shut the black tank off even if it's not empty. And then you're going to open your gray tank, let just enough gray water out to kind of rinse out everything and rinse out this hose. Then you can close this valve and your gray valve, and then once you pull everything out of this hose into the tank, now you've kind of rinsed out that black water. You're still only about 3/4 full on your tote tank, which is right where you want to be, and again, you've rinsed out a lot of that black stuff that you don't want to come in contact with. You certainly don't want to drip it on the ground. Today I'm only emptying gray water because we've only been here a week, so our black tank's not anywhere near full. Pro tip number 3, this particular model comes with a vent cap. You want to make sure that you open the vent up before you start adding water to this tank. If you don't, this tank will pressurize and you'll get an issue called liquid lock. Now, what liquid lock really is the pressure of the water trying to push the air inside the tank, and you won't get it to drain very well. So this is kind of where it gets stinky, but I always take this cap off before I start adding water to let the air out. Now that our vent is open, we're going to go ahead and pull this valve, and we're going to let our water move into the tank. There we go. You can see it here in the clear elbow. And we're going to peek down inside and make sure that we don't get more than 3/4 full. It'd be really cool if these had a sight glass but I can see why they don't. Now our kitchen tank is 45 gallons and it's full, so I have to be careful not to overfill this tote tank. Okay, so I can just see the water in the top of the tank, so I went ahead and shut off the valve. I'm going to disconnect this piece and put the cap back on. Make sure to close the vent, and then you're ready for transport. Now one thing I really like about this tote tank is it comes with these caps, so you can easily cap off this hose, take off the elbow, cap off the hose, and then you can transport this hose with you without getting junk all over you. So the most stressful part about using this tote tank is driving and towing it. Now if you're going to walk to the dump station and tow it, you know, by hand like a wagon, then you're not going to run into this issue. But when you're driving, one thing you have to be very careful of, this is pro tip number 4, drive slowly. The Camco manufacturer recommends no more than 5 miles per hour. And I would say, based on my experience with the tote tank, that that's about right. So stay under 5 miles an hour or at 5 miles an hour, and avoid having an incident with your tote tank like I did in my previous tote tank video. So again, go check that out. But we're arriving at the dump station, so we're gonna get this thing emptied. So once again, open the vent like such. And pro tip number 5, drain slowly. You never know when this might be clogged or there might be a venting issue, and if you just yank up on this and vent, it could come out all over you, what I like to call a poop shower. Avoid poop showers. Open slowly and let it drain. And it won't take long for this little tank to be drained. Now I'm going to be making multiple trips to get my 45-gallon gray tank completely empty. So I'm going to close this valve, remove this hose, let it drain, recap it, just like that. And then I can head back down to the RV and get another load. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. I've made multiple trips with my tote tank successfully following my 5 pro tips. So let's recap real quick. Tip number 1, never completely fill your tote tank. Always leave room for the residual water that's going to be in the hose. Pro tip number 2, if you're emptying both your black and your gray tank, make sure you put the black water in the tote tank first to about maybe halfway. Then follow that with some gray water to rinse out the hose and rinse out everything else before you make that first trip to the dump station. Pro tip number 3, make sure you open that vent cap. You don't want to pressurize this tank with air, and you don't want to have it fighting the liquid coming into the tank against the air that's in the tank. You could end up with wastewater all over you. Just ask me how I know. Pro tip number 4, transporting this little jewel, make sure to drive slow. Try not to exceed 5 miles per hour, especially if the road's bumpy. You don't want to damage this tank in any way and have your black water all over the RV park. Not a good thing, trust me. And finally, pro tip number 5. Make sure you drain this tank slowly. So when you get to the dump station, remove the vent cap and then slowly open it into the dump station. You never know when the dump station may have an issue, and you don't want all this water to come back out all over you. So at this point, like I said, I've made multiple trips to the dump station. I have my RV tanks emptied. I've rinsed out the tote tank, rinsed out the hose. Everything's good to go for next time. I'm just gonna leave it sitting here on the ground by the RV until I need it next. But I know when it is time to go, all I have to do is hang it on the ladder, strap it down, and away we go. I hope this video was helpful. I hope these 5 top pro tips keep you from having some of the incidents that myself and others in this lifestyle have had. Trust me, it's no fun. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Leave comments below. Let me know your trials and tribulations with tote tanks. If you just got a tote tank and you have questions, please ask. I'm more than happy to answer where I can. And until next time, safe travels. Bye.